Hello, this is Charles Thomas Meadows. I go by Thomas, and I'm excited for this class. Second question was, what grade level do you teach? I teach elementary PE at West Morgan Elementary, and our school goes up to third grade, so it's K through third. I also help teach the pre-K students at our school. We have a small pre-K group, and I do with them Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But every day I get K through third. The third question was, what do you think? Why do you think the education issues are seen as small and insignificant compared to other issues? I would say that just the narrative around teaching and all that, people from the outside don't really understand some of the stuff that goes into it. They just they hear about how teachers, the salary or this or that, or they hear about the problems, and that's why I guess education issues, can seem small, and how can we do a better job of bringing these issues to the forefront? I think just talking about the good that comes in education, because I think people a lot of times all they hear about is the bad. I would say to that, and I would say let's show off all the good our students do, and all the good that comes with being a teacher and an educator. Because if people just hear about all the bad and this and that, they just they're not gonna have good thoughts about education and the teaching profession. And I think if we just tell them about all the bad and stuff like that, they're just not gonna they're not gonna think it's worth the time to really think about education and all that. And I think sometimes issues seem maybe small because some people don't think the teaching profession is that big of a deal, right? They think of you think of, maybe we hype up careers such as like engineering or doctors or this and that, and maybe we could do a better job of just hyping up the teaching profession as a whole. I would say to that. Thank you.